Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Innkeeper, and today I would like to welcome you all back to Darkstone. Last episode, we created some templates for some nice little cozy houses that we have right here for our sort of small encampment, as it were. Getting ourselves ready, getting a few more people into our little group of Dwarflings that we have right here, so that we can mine out a large majority of this little section right here. Not little section, it's actually quite large. Since it did take us about an episode or two to get this done, I imagine it might take us significantly longer. However, we did only have 2 people on duty doing that. So I imagine, imagine 10 doing it. If we're lucky enough to get that many people, probably won't be though, not unless we get killed at the same time, because we are playing on hardcore, so we have to defend ourselves at the same time. We will try and do it soon, I would say. However, until then, we have to increase the value in our town. Before I continue onwards, comments, a few comments right here, actually, a few suggestions. So, number 1, use a castle roof for a barracks or something, sounds good. The wooden and clay roofs could be used for more crafty buildings. Sounds good. Definitely should make any cave floor not part of a building or road of some kind. I was planning on doing that. Try setting up a plaza with a campfire in between those 4 houses. I was planning to do that as well. I'm going to be moving the camp standard right here, as well as the fire pit, into the middle section. So it should be rather nice. It's basically going to act as a little cozy place that's a rally point. I'm hoping no enemies spawn in here, though, which we've had problems with that in the past, where enemies have spawned in very confined spaces. That really is going to cause problems for us in our little dwarven underground kingdom right here, if that ends up being the case. Net worth, also, apparently there is a simple solution. That is to just build walls and nice decorations on the side of the walls. Well, the walkways. So we got these little stone walls right here. We could decorate them and make them look nice. I was unaware that actually increases the town value. I've not tested it, but I imagine, why would they lie to me? Why would they lie to me? Right. I'm assuming if you can build a house and it adds to your value, each block probably has an individual value. There we go. Something like that, I imagine. Some cool things. Also, some people want houses. Others would like it to have a more... Their houses are inside the wall kind of style, which... I'm on a sort of half and half at the moment. I imagine I will have some normal houses outside, although maybe slightly more Dwarven-esque than these. Maybe a bit more grand. I should stop with the whole grandiose style of things. I don't know. There's a lot to go through on this series. A lot of designs that I feel like we maybe should test. I think it definitely is going to be something to test once we actually have the groundworks done for our main hall, as it were. We want to get that done first and any connecting areas from it. But I do feel like I'm leaning more on the side of having our houses as part of the walls, rather than just sort of having these little slice tool right here, having some of these little hovels just sticking out like this. Still, we'll see. But I'm definitely on the other side of the fence as it comes to this. However, I do want to keep the style, which is the only problem with that, because the roofs are representative of that style. But I imagine I could do some nice little things on the buildings on the side where they live. So I can cut out a little bit, put a window there, cut out a section, and still should be able to make a actual building wall that should be able to, put these sort of doorways. And I didn't want to move you. Forgot you could do that. So I was curious then. There we go. So, without further ado, that was a really, just a long intro right there to today's session. Also, that is our off. Okay, I should probably, well, I can't move it now. We'll get them to move it first. We may wish to move the berry trees a bit closer as well, maybe around about here, or where the farm is. We are pretty much going to be moving everything within this particular area, including storage that we have right here. Moving the berries is a very important part of that. So we've moved this campfire. We need to get some building done. I just want to put the campfire in a bit of a different place. There isn't a good place for it. I could make 2 campfires. Am I capable of making 2 campfires? Or should I just sort of leave it in the middle? I guess you can't really tell. It annoys me when things don't add up like that. But there you go. That's my fault. And we will put the standard on the other side. And eventually when we get more flags, we can just put one there and do all that kind of fun stuff. There we go. Move the standard over there. Level 4, the farmer right there. Fantastic to see. Right. So a lot of moving around today. Let's see if we can get some of these houses constructed. Before we do, however, let's do a slice. So yeah, 8 altogether. We should be able to get these done fairly quickly, but I'm mostly worried about the roofs. Oh, not the slice. There we go. Because I don't think they're going to be able to construct this, but it's really something we're going to find out since it's 1 block from the top. So I suppose we will find out whether or not they will construct this house. No reinforced doors. I like how it tells you. I believe if you don't have this, then it will pretty much put it into the... Oh, okay. That's reassuring. Great. What a great start. I'm really sick of seeing that bug report. Let's just see. It might just be that the crafter hasn't got those. Okay, yeah, so what I was trying to say was if you don't have what the interior of the building is, all the furniture, basically, then it will put it into the schedule list right here for our carpenter. What are we doing? Why are we maintaining these? I suppose I must have forgotten about that. Let's throw that in the rubbish for now. We still need one, because I believe I was going to turn someone into a herbalist. I don't know who, but someone was definitely going to be. Are you bugged out? No, you're a footman. We have a carpenter here that's not doing anything. Have we got no wood left? We've got loads of wood. Great. Well, we'll stop you from being the carpenter for a second then. Seems to be the best way to do things. Alright, there we go. We'll stop you from being the carpenter, and then we'll make you the carpenter again. You should retain your level, but you might fix yourself. Alright, there we go. Are you fixing yourself, or do you just have a fixation with picking up wood? I can't really tell, but you can pick up a lot of it, apparently. Wow. Why are you picking up so much wood? You have none of it in your backpack, though, which is questionable. Are you building everything at once, or are you constructing something... Oh, right. That wood pile right here is apparently very expensive. We are going to need one of them inside one of our houses. Oh, the house construction hasn't started yet. Let's check this. We can get you two to build. That might help out. And by might, I mean it should definitely help out. If they don't build these, I will be forced to spawn them. And I don't like the idea of doing that. Something else I need to mention. Why are you not... Okay, continue. I suppose they're busy. They must be busy hauling or something like that. Speaking of hauling, getting these berry trees moved soon is going to be a good idea. In fact, I should do that now. I just want to move everyone into this... Oh, bloody hell. Keep thinking R is rotate. It makes sense, though. Come on. It makes more sense, I feel. Although, by this... Yeah, I should have got it by now. But then again, it's not the only game I played. If it was the only game I played, then that would be understandable. I should... Not understandable. I should be able to get it by now. But many games use R to rotate, so... Alright, we've got the daily update right here. Net worth is nearly there. Building is still not under construction. It may be the case of these buildings are not going to work. And we may just want to build the houses in the walls. Which I'm not really too bothered about. Kind of. Do they act as an inside for them? I think that's the main issue I have. Does it act as a proper house for them to chill out in? It probably isn't working because it's one off from the ground, so they can't... They just don't like it. I could edit the building. Okay, if I edit this building, maybe. Alright, we'll go to the roof. If we push it down by 1, if we can. Can we push it down by 1? There we go. If we push it down by 1 more... Kind of goofy looking, but it might work out. So let's try and build this one. If that ends up being the case, then we could just sort of demolish this one and save this design and move it over. Although, or maybe it's because they can't get to it on this side. That might be it. Okay, no, they're building this one. Or attempting to, at the very least. Is it because it's going into the wall on that side? Well, no, it shouldn't be. Since it's not showing up in such a way. I imagine it's just because this one's too high. We can edit this one now, fortunately enough. So we move that one down. Then that one now should work. I would hope so, anyway. A rugged survivalist has appeared. Some kind of wizard. Or some sort. God, these are so bad. 2 gold. Is anything good? I can sell some of these fine dresses, but I believe it's probably a better idea to keep them since I am using them on the interior of our structures right here. They're getting this done fairly quickly. I should really make a stone pile, but we don't have a mason just yet. So I won't do that for now. All of our berry trees have been moved. That's fantastic for us. And this is great because the food crates can be nearby where the other food storages are, or sources are. Which is going to be great for us. It's going to make the lives of everyone easier, especially the farmers. They don't have to move all the way down there. I don't think I need to space them out, so I don't know why I'm bothering. I just like the look of it spaced out. It's a lot less messy, although I could make it look like a bundle of crates, which would also look kind of cool. And we should definitely pick up the food right here. That is harvest. For some reason, I keep thinking that's another tool. That is not harvest. What is the other tool? Like mining. I keep thinking it's a mining tool. Or is it the farming? Well, the farming tool's green, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's what it is. I keep thinking it's the farming tool. So I get very confused. I do believe the food storage should be the same. Yep, it is. Fantastic. I imagine it's nearly full in all these. It is. For some reason, those ones are only holding meats, which is interesting. I don't know why they're only holding meats. That's really weird. We should make some more crates, though. Oh. Ooh, they got really weird sounds. And by weird, I mean perfectly normal sounds that I imagine enemies of this place would make. It's perfectly normal sounds. Look at them all rally inside. Nice. Alright, that's good. So now we have our soldiers defending our citizens. The downside about that, however, is, of course, that they can't help. So, may cause a few issues. I think that's the main bother I'm going to have for a little while. Maybe I should move this outside just so that we can help out before we get a few more soldiers. Just to take... I mean, they're not really going to be taking the hits because the footmen should still act as the more aggressive targets. And they seem to be. We can still move them inside, though. And I think Aldrahill just got an upgrade. I tell you what, I haven't forgotten the timer today, nor have I forgot the names. It's very weird. You want to watch out. I'm not actually the Innkeeper. Wow. Okay. That's pretty good for us. Welcome to the land, worker. Your stats are pretty good. I think you will be a soldier inevitably. However, for now, because we're not doing too badly, famous last words, we should be okay. And you're just sort of chilling out right there as a worker. Maybe your priorities are not yet set. Or maybe they've given up on this. What's happened? Maybe I should stop them from hauling? Alright, let's stop them from hauling. I just want you to build. Do I not have the resources? It'd be a bit of a problem if I didn't. No? Do you not? You don't want to do this? No? Oh, you little bastards. Okay, well, for some reason you've given up. You were doing a pretty good job before then, but I guess they really just don't like building when there's things in the way. Maybe we don't have wood. That's a good point. Ah, of course. There we go. That is not the tool I wanted. Right? That is the tool I wanted. Harvest, once again. Getting myself confused. So we're going to want hauling done again. We pretty much should just deforestate this entire area. Although not those two, because I can't get up to them. So they'll just be a pain in the ass. No, don't destroy them. Just forget about their existence. Hello, merchant. Padded vests would be very useful for us. I think I will buy 2 of them. Of course, I don't have any gold, so I suppose I can't do that yet. Can I sell anything? I could sell some furs. So what do I need? 60? 80? Oh, God, okay. 80. What else do I not need? I could sell some food. Since I believe I have enough food. There we go. Now I can buy 2 padded vests. Well, I'm pretty sure they're not as good. I can't remember. Oh, well. I've just heard 2 pickup noises. There we go. That's why. They just ran out of wood. Okay, that's very useful for us. I like how they build the scaffolding on the inside if they can't access it from the outside. That's very smart. I like that. I need more crates. Which I did say I wished to acquire earlier, but I did not do so. We have a lot in the pipeline, apparently. Having a little bit of trouble making these doors. I suppose because of the recent... What am I trying to say? Acquiescence? Is that the right word? I don't think I've used that word before. We found wood, is what I'm trying to say. I do need to move the carpenter, but I will move them once this house has been constructed, and it's going underway. Unfortunately, this one is being ignored, or is continuing to be ignored. I don't think I can remove it. Unless I pause, click on it again. No, you can't stop this, which is a bit silly. I suppose I could just spawn this one in. It's what I will end up doing, I believe. You stuck? Oh, you're good. We have so many resources. This is great. I can't imagine how crazy this will be once we mine all this out, though. Just actually get the slice tool off. It'll be so mental. Just thought I'd click on that. Look at that! Diamond window frame. The classiest of window for wall. That's a really cool effect. That's nice. I like that. I do think the diamond window frame mixed in with the reinforced wooden doors is definitely the best design that we can go for. They synergize well with each other when it comes to dwarven things. Unfortunately, our net worth is still low, but it's climbing. I was about to say climaxing then. I mean, I suppose it is doing that as well. It's climaxing. Good. Let's get some more crates down for some added food storage, and let's gather these berries. You know, at first I was annoyed about how many berries we had, and it could still be better. But I suppose it's still not horribly bad, since they're only there. I mean, the only problem I have is eventually we can move these berry bushes inside, so we've got a safer food source. Ooh, this doesn't look good. You lot stuck up there. It looks like it. Can you not move? Oh, no, you can. Oh, that person has grew. Oh, okay, no. Wait. There we go. I mean, I knew it was two people. I'm not sure why I reacted in that way. I can't remember you. Schnod. I can't remember the face, really. This seems to be not going very well all of a sudden. They can climb up there, but they're about 2 tiles high, so I would imagine they should still be able to access them. I think the real problem I'm having is I just need to build maybe a few blocks higher up. Or mine a few blocks higher. I could probably do it. Hello, Darkstone. I come bearer goods for trade. Would you like to give me 2 mean beds in exchange for 1 wall gargoyle? Do I have 2 mean beds? Yeah, sure. Why not? The wall gargoyle might be very precious. It's something we need to think about. Look at it. The gargoyle right there. We can plop that right on the top. Oh, it's... Oh, it makes me think of burning orphanages down, but that's fine. Orphan-eye. Orphan-eye. Makes you just burn down some orphan-eye. Why not? Orphanages sounds very wrong. How are we doing over here? Some sort of rock creature? I think they should be able to handle it by themselves. Maybe. Okay, pause. Alright, combat positions, everyone. It looks like they can't handle the rock creature. We need more hands. Why is this rock creature so tough? Bloody hell! Fucking wow! Okay, that was such a jump in difficulty. Right, we're going to need to get that extra warrior. Whoever came in, we need you to be a warrior. Maybe they've run out of wood again, or stone. What do we need right now? I don't know. They just can't get this top bit done, by the looks of things. You don't have food, really? Suppose you were standing there for a while. Right, that new person needs to be a warrior. I'd rather not die, so you? Or are you the new person? Right, let's see. That looks like a name. Yeah, okay, that is the name I put in. What about you? Harold. You know what makes this awkward? All of them have 5-3 when it comes to body and spirit. And that's how I recognize the previous one. This makes this so awkward. I like how the mind also goes like 1, 2, 3. Wow. This is such a coincidence. Right. So I'm having trouble right now. So have we got a Harold? Yeah, we have a Harold. And we have you. Nod. I'm going to call you Nod. I can't recognize you. So let's give you a name. And you could be a herbalist. Ooh, a cleric would be better for us, I think, than 2 warriors. You know, keep everyone healed. I have said the cleric is the most important character. However, the cleric, I believe, favors spirit. Or something to that matter. We should check your info out before we decide this. So, let's see. I think these top ones are spirit. How long the Hearthling could... No, this one's mine. Before needing a rest. Every 10 increases bonus experience earned by 1. Every 2 points increases chance to craft a fine item by 1%. Courage. A determined chance to flee in combat. Willpower determines health regeneration. Compassion. Determines maximum trapper per count. Increases shepherd animal happiness. Every 10 points increases direct healing amount by 1. That's it. So we want to have good spirit. Your spirit's only 30... Well, it's 37. I don't know how this really works with the rest of these right here, but you can tell the mind is in the 20s when it's in a 2. When it's in a 5, it's sort of in the 50s. Speed is very high, however. 3, it's in the 30s. That seems to be how it works. Just easy to understand, I suppose, when you look at these at quick glance, instead of going down to the finer details. I think I'll just make you a warrior. We might wait for someone that's of decent spirit, unless there was already a participant of such. Well, we wanted someone that was very good at animal husbandry, but I think it's much better if we just turn you into the town herbalist so that we can benefit from that extra spirit. And then we can get someone else to be the new trapper. Simply because I would like to have a new herbalist now. 1, for the healing effects later on. Then again, how much of a pain is it to get a cleric? I don't think it's that bad. Your compassion is 65. That's really good. Speed is 75, though. Is that due to health? I imagine that might be due to injured. Okay, then. And you are very much injured. You're a level 5 trapper, though, which is a bit of a shame, but we don't really benefit too much from a level 5 trapper than we would an eventual cleric. So that's what we're going to do. Make you a trapper, and the new person can be the... Not the trapper. The other one. And you can, I suppose, be the new trapper for the time being until we find someone a bit better. Because you still require compassion in order to... Determines maximum trapper per count, increases shepherd and animal happiness. Eventually we're going to get someone with higher spirit, and we will make them into the trapper. Let's just double check the name first, though. That's the main problem. People request to be certain... What am I trying to say? Classes, that's it. And unfortunately, sometimes I'm going to have to change the game around to fit our needs. Yeah, someone already requested to be a cleric. That is a damn shame. Well, we can move the names around since this person is unnamed. So, I don't mind that at all, in fact. So, we'll probably rename you. You're being the new trapper, so let's let the game go by for a while first. Let's have the game go by. We need you to heal. I suppose you're being the new one. Yep, you are. So you can be the soon-to-be cleric. So, Wessel. There we are. Welcome. And then Skinny right there. Fortunately enough, they requested to be any class, so it's not too much of a predicament. There we go. There we are. Fantastic. And you can go ahead and be our new trapper until we can give you something else. There we are. Meanwhile, you shall build us this, or you'll build yourself that using the wood that we have. We may need to cut down more trees as well. It doesn't look like we have enough. So we'll just cut down all these trees over here. Oh, fuck. Some wolves lying around over there. That's really bad for us. Right, let's stop cutting down those trees and let's cut down some other ones. Stop that as well. Let's cut these trees down. I'm okay with that. These ones are a bit easier to cut down. What are you doing? What are you doing? Really? So when the loot's off, do you then go for it? Well, thankfully their aggro range wasn't that far. But that still seems ridiculous to me. I think we're slightly over time, but I want to get this herbalist stuff done first before I finish off the episode. Since most of this episode has been... It's not R to rotate, Innkeeper! Get this in your head! It's for some reason this key! And by this key, I mean the comma. I don't know why it's that key, it's just really weird. I imagine I can change it in the hotkeys bar, which I should probably do right now, if there is one. I'm pretty sure there is one. System. Sure. I'm pretty sure there was a hotkey. Maybe I need to go to the Iron Eyes. I don't know. Let's get that put in. In fact, we should probably move this over here since we want to move everything else over here. It looks like they've sort of given up on this house, so I'm probably just going to port them in. Didn't take them long, did it? Something else I also need to mention, as I failed to do so, is I did make a time-lapse of a statue right here for our dwarfs, if anyone missed the video, which should be in custom. There we are. Nice little dwarf statue right here. Obviously, the hands aren't connected because they've got little Rayman hands, if you can tell right there. They have their shoulders, but they don't have the arm, which is quite interesting. There we are. We can build that. Pretty cool. Quite dwarven. That was sort of the main design I was trying to aim for. As you can see, though, if we sort of scale this, they are quite large. And they are probably going to be larger than our main entrance, which should be around about here. And then the statues will be either side. They probably won't be able to construct those, as they can barely construct one of these houses. That's mostly probably due to some other reasons that I just can't comprehend at the moment. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter for updates on my channel, and Twitch for live streams. I'm Innkeeper. You've all been fantastic, and I will see you all next time. That was a really quick outro. Goodbye. No, bye-bye. Stop saying goodbye. Goodbye. See you next time.